Look, man, sometimes you just got to vent. I get it. Sometimes you just need to vent. Sometimes you need a group therapy session. You need to get with your people that understand you. You got to make some phone calls. You got to call some people that understand where you're coming from. You need to commiserate with some folks. I get it. But this ain't going nowhere. And I'm going to start here, Michael. It's been a while since I saw you, but I'm going to start with a good old-fashioned I told you so. Because I distinctly remember a conversation with first me and you, then you got Jim Trotter, Hall of Famer Jim Trotter on your side, when Austin Eckler first requested his trade. And I'm like, he ain't going nowhere. Because it's cold out here for running backs. It's hard out here for a pimp and running backs. And I said, ain't nobody trading for Austin Eckler. Because they're not giving up draft picks for Austin Eckler. Undrafted, once upon a time, Austin Eckler, by the way. And obviously the Chargers had a lot to do with that. Their asking price is going to be high. But B, wasn't nobody giving him the contract that he wanted, elsewhere, that the Chargers weren't willing to give him because of the nature of the position. And you and Jim Trotter like, oh my God, Michael, how dare you disrespect the productivity of Austin Eckler.
Yeah, you did.
These special running backs.
You did.
Don't shoot the messenger. But you did. Or did I just, or you just shooting the messenger? I didn't,
did he get a salary bump, by the way?
Anything.
Did he get a salary bump? He did get a salary bump.
He did.
No, he did. He did.
Some incentives attached. But I'm saying, is he still going to be a free agent next year? Yes, he will. Because they come and go. This cycle. All I did was tell you what the game was. See, y'all wanted to be one way, but it's the other way. I'm just telling y'all what the game was. And the game is the game always. And the NFL continues to tell running backs what it is. And I need you to tell me what you mean by the running back revolution will be televised.
Will be televised.
And this
will be televised.
Zoom over the weekend is the launching point. Where is this going? I know Josh Jacobs went home. I know Saquon Barkley is going on podcasts saying I could say F it. He's talking a good game when there's no checks on the line. I get that. But, where is this going in your mind? Because I don't think they're going anywhere other than where the rest of these running backs go, unfortunately. Because that's the name of the game when it comes to this position. But enlighten me, Michael. Where is this going?
Okay. I'm just going to tell you this. You will not be able to stay home, brother, because the revolution will be televised. It will. It will. Look, I'm telling you this. This is a start. Michael, first of all, I'm disappointed in you. Can I just tell you, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in your position. Michael, if you wanted to get more money from Peacock and you decided that you were going to say something. Okay, here we go. You decided, you know what? I'm not, I just thought of something, but you've already done it. I was going to say, you decided you didn't want to do brother from another.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. Hold on. Now you're going too far. Now you're going too far.
I didn't do that on purpose. Anyway, but let's say.
Because at a certain point, you could have decided that you weren't going to say what you were thinking. It's called an inner monologue. You could have just laughed and been like,
I could have laughed. Okay. No, I had to get that out. But you don't know. If we decide together, hey, we don't want to take this anymore. We think we know what will happen. We think we know that Peacock, NBC will just move on to the next one. But you don't know until you push back. And I think these running backs are onto something because they have finally decided that the first step, when you've got a problem in the workplace with your employer or the system, all of y'all need to get on the same page. All need to talk about it. Collectively diagnose, decide what the problem is. And even if you don't know what you're going to do about it, initially you've taken the first step. So this is a very important step for the running backs. And I think this issue, Michael, can be collectively bargained. That's the number one problem. There's no way in hell that the franchise number for running backs should be in the same vicinity, or you're in the same grouping as punters and kickers. Sorry. So I think it's on the leadership. It's on NFLPA leadership to do something about it. It's on the players to push back. Pushing back leads to results. Now, in the very small case of Austin Eckler, he got more money. He didn't get a huge contract. He didn't get a 5-year contract. He didn't get $40 million guaranteed. But he got more money than he had before he spoke up. He spoke up. He got a little bit more money. And I think if these players stay on the same page and keep pushing, good things are going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen for them.
Okay. Hold on. Just to be clear, okay? $2 million in incentives were added to his deal. So he didn't get it wasn't like here's some money. It was $2 million in incentives, performance-based incentives added to his deal. Just for clarity, it's not nothing, but it's not like, it's not like he got that, not like he got a check. A check didn't come in the mail. What you just described, Michael, sounds like a union. A union that for years has eaten shit and liked it. Yes.
Been weak.
Okay? Because you know why? Because of the short shelf life for all NFL players and their inability to withhold their services in the form of a strike because they're not about that losing money life. So the reason why there is no solution that I've heard so far to this quote-unquote problem, the plight of the running back, is because none of it makes sense for those individual running backs. They can't fake an injury because somebody else is waiting to take your job. They can't collectively strike because they got to make money. The franchise tag and the calculation for said franchise tag is what it is. And it's the most captain obvious point that I can make.
No, it ain't.
It's the average of the top 5.
What it is.
No, it is. It's the average of the top 5 salaries. So if the teams aren't paying running backs commensurate with quarterbacks or wide receivers, the math is just gone math. And the franchise number is just not going to grow with the cap and with the other positions because they're not paying running backs that much.
Look at that.
Okay?
Special team.
But this is what I'm saying. Here's the most obvious thing when it comes to Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. Tony Pollard signed his, but Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs in the franchise tender. Here's the most obvious thing. It's not as though the Giants and Raiders, respectively, are saying, we don't want you on the team beyond this year. They're saying, we want you at our price. Whereas Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, as is their right, they're saying this deal isn't good enough. So these guys will be signed, sealed, and delivered. No, what I'm saying is let's not act as though NFL teams do not want running backs, Derrick Henry, on the roster at all. They don't want running backs at a certain number, both in terms of years and guaranteed dollars. There's a deal. If Saquon Barkley wanted to take the deal that the Giants were offering, he would, but it's his right not to take it if he thinks he's underpaid.
Right.
Same with Josh Jacobs. It's not as though they're saying, nah, man, we don't really want you on the team at all beyond this year. They just have terms that they want to attach to the contract that Josh Jacobs deems unsatisfactory. Okay? All I'm simply saying is there's nothing these dudes can do about it because it's the nature of the game. You know what they can do about it? Like Mark Ingram just said, when they're little, pick a different position. And as a matter of fact, if I could mix footballs for a second, to hell with playing running back, go be a center back, go be a midfielder, go be a forward. Because the Saudis out here giving Kylian Mbappe $1 billion to transfer. Side note, go make $700 million, I beg your pardon, for 1 year if you really want to do something about it. But in terms of changing the evolution of the game, Michael, there are no new things under the sun. Okay? I said this the other day. Bill Parcells talked about not taking a running back before the 4th round. Running backs rarely go in the 1st round this year, notwithstanding when 2 win the top 12.
Right.
They rarely go in the 1st round nowadays. They've gone away from workhorse running backs to committees. This is an inevitability when it comes to the evolution of a passing league.
Except they're not. And this is what bothers me, though. This is what bothers me about it. You're right and you're wrong. You're right and you're wrong. I'd say a lot of teams are going to committees. A lot of teams don't take running backs in the 1st round. But the 2 guys that you just mentioned, not only were both of them 1st-round running backs, Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. 2, both of them are workhorse backs. 3, if they both decide to sit out, let's see how the Giants do. Go ahead. Oh, we can get a running back anywhere. Plug and play. Oh, hey. Okay. If Saquon Barkley is not with the Giants this year, Brian Daboll, now you're gonna get the season
I don't think anybody doubts.
We expected last year.
But nobody doubts that the Giants. But no, nobody doubts that the Giants are better with Saquon Barkley. There's no
you better
question about that.
Put some zeros on there. Put some zeros on the contract.
Devontae
Add some
Adams just said the
zeros.
same thing about the Raiders with Josh Jacobs. And one of Barkley's teammates came to his defense, said, "Hey, we get it. It would be no hard feelings if he decided to sit out. But the economics of the sport dictate that you do not. For every Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley, I give you Ezekiel Elliott. Ask the Dallas Cowboys how they felt about Ezekiel Elliott's contract not long after he signed it. Very rare. The Derrick Henrys of the world, those dudes are aliens. Nick Chubb even, those dudes are aliens. The economics of the sport dictate that you do not give long-term guarantee money to running backs after their rookie contracts. You tag them. It's harsh, but it's true. It's facts.
Hey, listen,
it's history.
Listen.
It's math.
Okay.
So what are they supposed to do about it?
Listen. I don't want to hear you talking about Adam Smith and economic theory. I don't want to hear that, okay? If you think it's all about...
I'm talking about team building.
Okay, you think about team building, and it's just the way it goes. It's not the way it goes in these specific cases of the Giants and Raiders. If you're the Giants, you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't say, we value you. We're not the same kind of offense without you. But, hey, it's the system. I can't help it. It's the way the environment is. No. But we're talking about you and me. This is between you and me. Mm-hmm. I'm Saquon Barkley. You're the New York Giants. We made the playoffs last year because I rushed for 1,300 yards. I caught the ball for, X amount, about 50 balls last year, some more touchdowns. I'm an integral part of what we do. And if I'm not here, we're not the same. So I don't want you to tell me about your view on the running back position. I want you to pay me. And if you're not going to pay me, I fully support him sitting out. Sit out.
No, I do too.
Sit out.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do is sit out. But Mike, I think we're having simultaneous conversations. Like you know, I'm a pro labor guy, but I'm more so a pro logic guy than a pro labor guy. I'm more pro logic than labor. If you're specifically, like you just did, Michael, pointing to the NFL's leading rusher in Josh Jacobs last year, and a guy who, when healthy, is a transcendent, talented running back in Saquon Barkley, the heartbeat of that offense, they're specifically talking about their particular plights. No argument, no lies detected, as they say. What I'm talking about is this running back revolution that ain't happening, okay? Because the position, because these guys getting on this Zoom, these elite running backs on these Zoom, your Christian McCaffreys and whatnot on these Zooms, they are the exceptions. And you're right, you make exceptions for exceptional people. But by and large, the running back position, no, you do not invest long-term big money in running backs because history tells you that you will quickly get diminishing returns on that investment.
I just disagree with that. I feel like I think there are exceptions. In every case, there are exceptions. So I just saw, and this is great, I hadn't really paid attention to it. I just saw, you probably saw it a while ago, Marcus Allen, Football Life. And, you mean to tell me.
Those series in general are great.
They are great. And it was, so if I'm just following these NFL team builders, to a team building.
Yeah, the people you wrote books on. The people you wrote books on. That's what I'm talking about. These are the team builders. Yeah, the people who built your house. Yes, the people whose draft rooms you are in. Why do I have to educate you, Mr. New York Times bestseller? Are you just being contrarian? Are you just being contrarian?
No, I'm not.
What you're doing?
But Michael, I'm not. Tell me this. If Marcus Allen, I think he was drafted 10th. I think he was drafted 10th back in the day. Yeah, if Marcus Allen is available, if you just know, hey, this guy reminds me of Marcus Allen. Because it's not wise, because it's not prudent to draft a running back in the first round, you're going to pass on Marcus Allen?
No.
Because that's not what teams do.
Bijan Robinson at number 8, even though they had a rookie 1,000-yard rusher. They just drafted
in some cases,
because they're weapons.
In some cases, you can find a guy. But I hate just a blanket statement about the position. Hey, it's not smart to draft a running back in the first or second round. I don't like what Bill Parcells said. Don't draft him before the first. I don't like that.
Nick Chubb just said it. their production starts early and it works against them. We talk about running backs come out of college, how many carries on them, how many miles are on them, so to speak. It's like, look, man, I'm sorry. That position in particular has always had the shortest shelf life throughout NFL history. They've always had the shortest shelf life. They don't last very long. It is what it is.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.